needs today is loving, loving. What the world needs to say is I accept my brother. What the world needs to see is passion, compassion. What the world needs to do is love one another.
What's up, everybody? My name is Tori Franco. This is the What the World Needs podcast, and I have Edwrds here, 16-year-old singer, songwriter, producer, dancer, mime. Just kidding. And I'm just gonna ask you a bunch of questions, and whatever you feel comfortable talking about, we'll talk about. So first and foremost, you have a song that just came out.
Yes.
Called Daddy's Little Girl.
Daddy's Girl.
Daddy's Girl. Oh,
yeah,
it's just Daddy's Girl.
Just Daddy's Girl.
Okay. And how long have you been writing, producing? How long have you been doing this? Because you're young.
I am young. I've been writing music since I think it really started taking off 8th grade. Because 8th grade, I was like, it was when like the new trap rap was really just getting into it. And I was just like, yes, I want to be the coolest kid. So I started writing, and my first song I put out on SoundCloud was a Panda remix.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Designer?
Yeah, Designer.
Oh my God.
I did a Panda remix, and I just started writing raps. And actually, my homie Tristan J, he got me into rapping back when I was way younger, because he was rapping. He was my age. He was doing this thing, and I was just like, that's so sick. And we would freestyle every time we hung out, and he was so good, and I was horrible. And I was like, I gotta get good. So
you weren't like, not good, but I'm saying like you weren't there yet when you started.
No, I sucked. I would literally, I wanted to write like G-Eazy. I wanted all my lyrics like G-Eazy. Like, that is my idol. And I was just like, I want my stuff to be like this. So I would just write stuff that was not true at all. I was just saying that I was the coolest kid and everything. So I started writing there, and then over time, it kind of just got better and better, and then I was making myself freestyle over and over again, until it just got really good. So now it's like, my friends would be like, freestyle, and I'll be like, throw words at me. I'm like, I want every word you could think of. Give me it, I'll make it work. And yeah.
So you like to play with words, and you like to kind of do it like Eminem does, like
yeah,
bend the words and stuff like that?
Bend the words.
I saw that before we started. You were like,
oh yeah,
just go
always thinking.
Now, what interested you about music and all of that?
I mean, I started dancing when I was 3, and I grew up in like this whole competition world, and I always just loved music. No matter what, it was like always tapping my foot. Like, when I'm not doing anything, I'm listening to music, because music has literally helped me through everything. And it was that point where my friend, he was rapping, and he was showing me it, and you know, I was singing at school talent shows, because my mom was like, oh, sing, you know, it'll be fun. I was like, yeah, cool. But it kind of went to the next level once my homie started rapping, because he inspired me. I was like,
that's it. You get that one little spark.
That one little spark. He ignited my fire. You know,
and now
let's go.
You've been doing it for a couple of years now, right?
Yeah, I've been writing music for 4 years.
Yeah. And I honestly, as a songwriter, I didn't start. I always wrote, but I didn't start writing songs until I was 18. So you have like, I feel like you have a jump start. Because a lot of people start later in life.
Oh, I was big in English class. They'd be like, write poems, and I would just be like,
and so you've always had the passion for writing, and
I've always loved art, all types of art. There's something about movies and the music in the movies that carries the scene.
Yeah.
It's just,
well, because dance also is a visual art.
It's visual.
And music is the audio.
Yeah.
You know. So now it's kind of like
I just love art, putting it all together.
Yeah, that's dope. I love that too.
Yeah.
Now, we were talking before we started recording, and you were talking about how you used to do alternative music.
Yes.
And now, talk about that, like the transition from alternative.
All right, so I started rapping, and It was end of 8th grade. I was getting hit with the most, I was, everybody thought I was popular, but I got jumped at a party, and I just felt like the whole world was breaking. My ex, that was when, we ended things. Everything, actually, no. No, it was, I was getting bullied. Everything was horrible. I was mad upset, and I just started writing mad depressing music, because it was all I had.
Yeah.
I did not want to talk to anybody about it, because I was like, nobody's gonna care. My mom said was nobody cares about me, and that was it.
That's that depression.
Yeah, I entered that whole depression, and it was weird, because when I was younger, I was like, I cannot wait to grow up. I cannot wait to just be a teenager and just be an adult. And now that I'm a teenager, it's like, I wish I was back in those younger days where I was just happy and carefree. So I was writing all this sad music, and as I said, I gotta be an open book. So it was end of 8th grade. I got to the point of being so bad that I actually tried to kill myself.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. And if it wasn't for my ex now, she was the one who stopped me. She sent me a text right before I did it and was like, hey,
How old were you?
14.
You were 14 years old and you wanted to kill yourself?
Yeah.
What happened? Were you being bullied? Were you...
I was being bullied. I had people making social media accounts about me,
So you were
making
being
fun of me.
cyberbullied?
Cyberbullied, bullied in school, and I just didn't want to fight, because my mama was just like, you're a lover, not a fighter. Fighting's not going to get you anywhere. It's just going to fill you with more rage. Because my mom was taking me to counseling for anxiety and anger management.
Wow.
She had no clue that there was depression right under that.
And you know what? It's scary, because when you are depressed like that, some people, even people who get depressed, don't realize that they're depressed.
Yeah, not at all.
And then it just spirals until you get to the
until
point
you're at the point where you're just like, what's the point?
Yeah.
So what happened was, my ex, she hit me up, and that was when I was just like, all right, maybe somebody cares about me.
Yeah.
Then a month later, I started dating her. I asked her out. She was 2 years older. I thought I was awesome. I was like, wow. And we were. I think what made us work was we were both broken, and it was being together that kind of just gave us that. It was when we were together, it was all right.
Yeah.
Everything was just no.
You had a foundation.
Yeah, I had foundation.
Yeah.
And it just felt good having somebody there. But then all relationships, there's always that little bit of.
Well, you're young.
Yeah, I'm young. I got way more left.
Yeah, especially now that you're doing your thing, and you're gonna have girls knocking down your door. But now, now that period in your life, did that fuel your music?
100%. We were going through it, and then once we broke up, I just started writing.
It's spilling out
day and night, 3 songs a day, just crying and just reading letters that we wrote to each other and just
and
everything.
Songs out of them.
Making songs. I wrote a song called Letters. I wrote a song called Pictures.
Oh my
all
God.
About everything. And I was like, you know what? Screw all this rap stuff. I want to be more than that. And I was listening to this guy named Eden, and he still gets me through everything. But I kind of was just like, I'm going to do this. My homie I was rapping with, he was like, delete my stuff. I don't like it. I was like, whatever. I deleted all of it, and I started putting out my own stuff, all produced by me. That was when I started producing.
So you were producing, you were writing.
I was producing, I was writing, I was
Mixing?
rapping. I was mixing. Not good, though. I'm still learning how to mix.
It's hard.
It's
That's
so
the
hard.
hardest
It's the
part.
hardest
That
part
is
of
the
music.
hardest part.
So I wrote all that music, and after that, I kept writing, and then my parents signed me up for this program, MMVS, Music Career Mastermind Program. Great team of people, and it was I think it was like a whole month of me learning production.
That's
I was writing with Coley O'Toole from We the Kings.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, great guy.
Wow.
Bunch of vocal coaches. I got my falsetto way better. And then I went away to summer camp.
After a month?
After a month, everything was amazing.
That's amazing.
And I still take lessons here and there just to make sure I keep my I keep that foundation.
It's a muscle.
Yeah, it's a muscle. You got to keep
really
working it. So then I went away to summer. Summer camp. I met this girl named Ava. Wrote a song about her.
What was the name of the song?
Ava. Yeah. And I was like, damn, like this new love out there, cool. And then that just crashed and burned, and it was just crazy. It was a rough summer. It was like.
Now, have you only as far as like the depression, have you only dealt with that once in your life, or are you the type of person that's prone to it? Do you think?
I still deal with depression to this day.
You do.
Like I'm all smiles right now, and I'm having a good time. Like this is nice. This is what I
but
love.
It's always something you gotta think about.
There's always that.
They say, I mean, you're young, but they
Mhm.
say that the most creative people are the most sensitive to it.
Yeah.
Like depression and anxiety. I feel you on it too. But I guess that's where you get your songs from.
Oh yeah, no. If I didn't have it, like, as people think I'm weird because I say this in a lot of my songs, and people still look at me like I'm like a monster because of it. But like, I feel like I just have demons everywhere. Like I got a demon in my mind. I got demons in my room just chilling, making me just messed up. And like my homie Jay Suave, he's my bro, and like he's like the only other person I know that kind of goes through it, and it's weird.
I wrote a song named Demons.
Yeah, I wrote a song called Demons too.
Did you? Because you're not alone in it.
Yeah,
You're really
it's like
not.
it's weird because I like. It's almost like it just takes over.
I was just about to say that. It's like something takes over and you just get to this place and
you don't know what to do.
Yeah, you don't know what to do, and I feel like the best thing to do is write. Sing.
Yeah, and I've confronted it straight up. Like I've been like, what? I was like, what? What are you gonna do?
What do you want from me?
I was like, exactly. I was like, why me? There's all these other people. Why me?
I think it's because you have the talent to take those demons and turn them into stuff that other people can relate to. You know, I think that's what it is.
And the music helped me kind of find sanity.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yep.
Like as I say in my song "Demons," I'm like, my demons are creeping up on me around the corners they watch. I see them, but I can't run. Like I can't run from them. I'm not gonna get anywhere. Right. And to be honest, like if I didn't have them, my music probably wouldn't be where it's at. So it's kind of just like I always say, any of my fans I talk to or anybody who's like, oh, can I have some advice? I'm like, take all the negativity you have as a learning experience and kind of just sit back and enjoy the journey.
Yep. Because
you're going to learn from every single thing you go through. I was like, take that negative energy, make it positive energy, because you're the one who's going to control it.
You know, there's a word for it in psychology, because I've been to therapists and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
And my psychologist said, he's like, you write songs. He's like, it's called, there's different ways of coping with things. Mm-hmm. Some people lash out in anger. Some people drink. Some people go to drugs and do stupid things. There's only one good way of coping. It's called sublimation. It's where you take your demons or you take your negative stuff and you turn it into something good like dancing or music. Yeah. And so you have that ability to take the shit and turn it into... It's like, I call it emotional alchemy. You know what an alchemist is?
I've heard of it.
So an alchemist is like people back in the day, they would try to take lead and turn it into gold.
Oh, yeah.
So it's like emotional alchemy is where you take your shit feelings and you turn them into gold feelings.
I love that.
Good stuff.
I love that.
That's yeah. And that's what you do. And you're talented. So you write, you rap, and you sing too.
Yeah.
Now, when did you realize you could sing? Was that always something that you had?
No, I'll be honest. I never thought I was good at singing, and I still to this day. It's like
no, you're dope.
There's like good and bad days, you know.
Yeah.
Like sometimes I just think I ain't shit, like, at all. I just think I'm horrible. But then, like, it was after doing that whole program that I was like, wow, like, I actually have a nice voice.
You do actually have a really, and it's unique too.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like, it was when I found out I can mix them both, I was like, really like, okay.
The world is
I was like, yeah,
yours.
it's all coming together.
It's dope. Now I don't think I've heard. Well, I have heard you rap, but I don't think I've heard a song of you rapping yet. Not yet.
Not yet.
But on your album, you have a mix of everything.
It's a mix of everything, and my album is on that whole story of found my first love, had depression. It's called Angels and Heartbreakers.
That's what it's called?
Yeah, it's coming out this summer.
You just took the words out of my mouth. I was just going to ask you what it's called.
Yeah, Angels and Heartbreakers.
And there's 10 songs.
10 songs. And it's from where it started to where I'm at right now.
So it's, oh my God, I feel like we have so much in common. I wrote an album, and I wanted to take through, like, is it kind of like the journey through your depression? Yeah,
whole journey through it.
That's awesome.
And then it's how me at the end, I'm just like, can't do nothing about it. Here I am.
Yeah. But you're living to tell the story. And that's the important part.
That's the important part.
That's dope. Now, who would you say, anybody, and it could be more than one person, I guess.
All right, good. I know this is like, it's extreme.
Is your biggest, it's a cliche question, but who's your biggest inspiration? Where do you get it from?
We're talking like some famous people off the top of my head. I would say G-Eazy, Eden, Logic. I love his wordplay. I love how fast he raps.
Amazing.
This guy named Token.
Token is
He's
dope.
so
Token is dope.
Blows my
Have you ever
mind.
heard of Team Backpack?
Yeah.
We know a bunch of people.
Yeah. I sent in a video submission for one of
dope.
the things, and it was fun. It was
Team
fun.
Backpack is where it's at. So you like all that wordplay stuff?
Yeah, but like, I gotta say right now, somebody who's really just been like inspiring me. I met my boy Jay Suave like last month, and you know, like, we're both like the same people. Like, we see somebody and we're like, you know, we've been hurt by so many people. It's kind of like we just like sit back and observe, you know. But there was one night he slept over and we talked for like 5 hours straight. Like, we talked all through the night, and I was like, damn. And then we started kind of collaborating on music a little bit, and it's so awesome when you see people you're working with have that potential.
Yeah.
And you're like, I can go places and they can go places, and like this is like, we got each other.
How old is he?
He's 18.
Oh, okay, so he's a little older.
Yeah. He's like out of high school and everything, so.
How'd you meet him?
From my friend. Like, I don't mess with anybody, but my friend was like,
you stick to yourself.
I stick to myself. I'm so like,
which is
secluded. Like,
that's crazy for a 16-year-old to say.
I hate parties.
Do you really?
Like I'll go to a party and I'll be like, all right, this is fun, but at the same time, I'm like, I could be home right now making music.
That is awesome.
I'm like, most of these kids don't even like me. Like, I'm like, I like myself somewhat. I got very few people that mess with me too, and I got my circle small.
That's good. You got to keep.
Yeah, there's a G-Eazy line. It's like, circle small, just the perfect few. Only ever us, that's the perfect crew.
What's the second one? Only what?
Circle small, just a certain few. It's just the perfect few.
Oh,
so it's like perfect crew.
Got it.
And anyway, my friend was like, oh, I'm gonna bring my homie over. Well, no, he was working with this kid. He kept telling me how he was working with this kid because we record in our rooms. And I went to his house and he showed me one of the songs, and I was like, who is this kid? And he was like, he's fire. And he was like, you know, he might not mess with you though, because like, a lot of kids don't mess with me. I was like, whatever. So my friend...
We're going to have to get back to that. I'm going to have to ask you why that is. But keep going.
My friend had to come over. He had to pick up his charger. Yeah. And I walk out, and the kid was driving the car. And I was like, what's up, man? What's your name? He was like, She swallowed. I was like, oh shit. I was like, you on that track? I was like, yo, I mess with your stuff. Keep up the good work. And he was like, thanks, man. And then he told me. He was like, I asked Mike. He was like, what's that kid's name? And then my friend Mike was like, that's Jake. And he was like, okay. And it was kind of just like he's just been inspiring me a lot recently. Like, we've been just making song after song after song.
Is it like his friendship type of thing too? Like, also the support he's given you?
Yeah, it's just like...
And he's dope.
It's a bond. Like,
yeah.
I've learned more about him than I've learned from some of my friends, like, that aren't even my friends anymore, in years.
Now, okay. Now, getting back to... You said not a lot of people mess with you.
Yeah.
Why?
What's
the... Because I'm going to say, I've been around you for what? An hour now? Hour and a half?
Yeah.
You're a dope dude.
Thank you.
You are.
Thank you.
You got a good head on your shoulders. You're very mature. For a 16-year-old, you know what you have a vision.
Mm-hmm.
So why? I don't get it.
To be honest, I never understood it.
You still don't.
I still don't understand how people could have that much hate in their heart to just like go out of their way to try hurting somebody as much as they can.
Yeah.
So basically, it all started.
Oh, there's a story?
Yeah, like I talk about it in some, like middle school when the judgment starts where you fall in love and then they break your heart. Mm-hmm. Like, I hit middle school and everybody was like, oh, we big dogs now. Like, everybody thought they were the shit. Everybody was like, I'm growing up.
Oh my God. If they only knew.
Yeah, and I was just
if you only knew.
I hit the point where I was just like, whatever. I was like, I'm in middle school. It's going to happen. All I looked forward to in middle school was get me into high school. And then get me out of high school. So since I danced, and I was really big on dancing, and I sang, the girls loved me. they were really like, everybody talked to me. And I was like, that was when I first was like, I started having my glow up. I started getting like, I used to be ugly. But like, I don't care if it sounds cocky. I think I'm good looking now.
You
so
are.
I don't
You're
even
good
care.
looking kid.
Thank you.
You are. You got the look.
So, anyway, I was just like, what's up, ladies? I was in that whole rap phase. I was like, I'm the shit. I was like, yeah.
So it's mainly guys that don't like you. Because girls, you got it on. Okay, all right. Continue.
The guys hated me because a lot of the girls they liked were talking to me and being like, oh, we love that kid. And I was just like, what's up? What up then? I was like, we'll hang out. Yeah, exactly. But then it got to the point where I was like, I just turned like an asshole. And I was just like talking to one girl and then just being like, hey to the other one. And I was just like, I was honestly just like, yo, there's enough of Jake to go around. Like,
you did what any typical middle school kid who's got a lot of
I got my hormones bubbling. I'm just like, yo, puberty, what's up?
Your hormones about to pop.
Yeah, I'm just going crazy. So then something else was like, wow, it's kind of a dick. And I was just like, okay, whatever. And then the jocks hated me. Like, all the popular kids. And everybody would be like, oh, he's popular. Because everybody knew me. But I was just known. I wasn't popular.
Yeah.
I was just somebody who was like, oh, yeah, you know that kid.
Yeah, he does music. He dances.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So all the guys are like, oh, this kid dances. He sings. And it got to the point where there was whole rumors like, yo, he's gay. And I was like,
oh, my God.
It turned into him and Mike are definitely together. Like, it turned into that. Because I liked my hair. Like, I didn't shave my head. I'm sorry. I liked having a nice head of hair. So everybody turned into, oh, he's dating Mike. He's dating Mike. And me and Mike were like, yeah, what? Like, I didn't even know what gay was. Like, I'm so, like,
really?
I was just like, what? So I go home like, Mom, what is gay? And she was like, it's when you're happy. So I walk in the car. I was like, yo, I'm happy. What's up then? I was like, whatever. I was like, I definitely ain't dating Mike though. So it's crazy. It was rough.
It's when you're happy. Yeah. I am happy. What do you mean?
I was like, whatever. I was like, just chill. And then, so, like, it all happened. And it was all just going up. And then I was like, you know what? I went off. I was like, F all of you. Don't talk to me. I don't want none of y'all. Everybody was like, wow, this kid's a little dick. And I was like, I don't care. Screw all of you. Yeah. Like, because I literally, the amount of people I trust, I can probably count it on one hand. Like,
well, you definitely have good parents,
Yeah.
and that's a good thing.
Yeah, growing up was rough.
It was.
Yeah, my mom was in and out of the hospital. My dad's always working.
In and out of the hospital for what?
Just always sick.
Oh no.
Like, it was sucked. Like, she missed Christmas once, and like I would just go to the hospital, but like I couldn't even look at her. Like, it was just sad, and it still tears me apart to this day. Like, she's better now, but like I'll go to the hospital with her, and the doctors will say the same thing they say every time, and I'm just like, can you shut up? Can you actually do something? I'm just like, what is wrong with you guys? I'm like, that's my mom right there. If you do something stupid, I'll end you. Like, it got to that point.
So you're protective of your family.
Yeah, really protecting my family.
And they support everything that you do.
Yeah, it took a while to get them to support the music, but once that song Ava blew up, they were like, oh shit. They were like, all right, we may
be on to something.
We may be on to something. Because I always tell my family, I'm like, I'm destined for greatness. I'm like, and like, yeah, I would love to have my family support, but with or without you guys, I'm going to make myself something.
That's what's going to push you above everybody else too, is that mentality. And also, again, for a 16-year-old, you got some work ethic. Like, you're doing your thing.
Yeah.
You really are.
Yeah.
You're doing the videos, you're performing, you're recording every day. Right?
Yeah, I don't want to just be known as like the rapper. Like, you know, I want to be like that artist. Like, I don't want people to be like, yo, like, I want to be ranked next to, like, the Renaissance, man. I want to be, like, Leonardo da Vinci, like, style. I want people to be like, yo, his work's crazy, because I'm not just doing music. Like, I'm doing my whole company. I'm starting a company. I'm kind of, like...
Oh, you are?
Yeah, like, I'm a freelancer. So, like, I'm going to be starting my own clothing brand. I'm going to be starting my own record label. Like, I want to pull a Kanye West. I want to do it.
Now, we were talking... before, and you said you pay attention to Gary V.
Mm-hmm.
Is that where you get that from?
Somewhat. I would say I get it mostly from Tyler, the Creator.
Oh, wow.
Tyler,
really?
the Creator is one of my biggest inspirations. That man took his friends and his friend group just said, we're going to have fun, and the world watched.
Yeah.
And he took hold, and he built an empire.
Yeah.
He turned... something that he just drew a donut in class and turned that into one of the most known logos in the world that's next to us. They became one of the biggest streetwear clothings. Like, they just blew up. And I was like, yo, like, I want to have my own clothing. I want to make my own music that's just popping. Like, and my biggest thing is, yeah, I want to do everything. I want to be in every single piece of the water, pond, anywhere. I want to be everywhere. And, like, I want people to know me. Like, everybody wants to be something. Everybody wants to be a somebody. But I want people to look at me and be like, yeah, he has what he wants. Like, I want an empire. I don't care about the music industry. I'll go breaking through it or around it. I'll build my own empire out of it. Yeah.
Build your own record label.
Yeah, build my own record label.
If you really wanted to.
Yeah.
Now, what is your... end game? Is that it? Like, do you want to own an island somewhere, or?
That'd be nice. Kicking back with some homies, drinking champagne. No.
Is it about the money, or is it more about?
No, it's about the art.
It is about the art.
It's about change. Like, as I said to you before we started doing this, the world doesn't have any more Gandhis. The world doesn't have any more, like, Martin Luther King Jr.'s, anything. And I kind of just... I want to be able to affect everybody. I want the world to be a better place. And right now, the way the world is looking is horrible. Like,
yeah, that's
I was telling you how I wrote a speech that's never just going to go anywhere. But I was just like...
You just wrote a speech for you?
I wrote a speech for myself.
That's amazing. Okay, talk about that.
I basically was like... I wrote it in May. I was like, it's May, and I feel like a candle barely giving off enough light to... shine the smallest room. And I was like, and even if I had 100 candles, meaning 100 people, it still wouldn't shine.
Because shit is so shit.
Yeah, I was like, we live on a planet called Earth, and we treat it so horribly that it's like if you had a home and you never took care of it.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is so big to me what I'm about to say. In the United States... I do not want to watch the news anymore and see breaking news there was a shooting.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Every day we're having shootings. And it's ridiculous. Because I look at all these other countries and look at their statistics. And they'll have, like, like we've had, it was some number, like I'm just spinning off the top of my head, but it was like, I think it was like, it was like 290 or above that shootings
This year alone?
Since 2009.
Oh,
it was like,
snap.
it was crazy, and I was just like, what? And then I looked at all the other stuff, and like it was like UK had 2. I was like, whoa.
Yeah, we're in the triple digits, and
we're in the triple digits, and they just at 1. And I was like, I always hate arguing about politics with everybody, because no matter how much anybody says they're open to something to talk about it, they are always biased.
Yeah, if you have your view on things.
If you have your view, it's your view.
Yeah.
And that's that.
Yeah. People don't know how to and I think that's the big problem too, is people don't know how to communicate and listen and talk.
Yeah.
Like human beings.
Like I always said, like I wish I lived in the 50s. I wish I lived in the 50s. Cuz I've even seen it with my parents. Like it was like my mom and my dad were telling me, like, before, like, the phones were a thing, like, before we had cell phones. We could walk with a computer in our hand, like, it was, like, my dad would drive to work, be rose on our car, and I was like, yo, my dad was hella romantic. I just, like, with the phone now, it's, like...
You send a rose emoji.
You don't gotta walk up to a girl and say, hey, like, can I take you on a date? Like, chivalry is so dead. Like, I want chivalry back. Like, I want people to keep that alive.
So you want, basically, it sounds like, human connection. Like,
human connection.
People to connect.
Peace. Like, I just want people to be able to communicate. And I don't want to worry about, what people are after me now. I don't want people judging me as a person because of what my government is making as decisions. Yeah. Because... I should tell people. I was like, I saw on Snapchat, it was this whole thing about, like, our government dissed Canada or some shit. And everybody was like, it was like, what are your sides of the story? And Canada was like, we were never friends with the U.S. Like, the U.S. sucks. Their people suck. And I was like, first off, I'm not even old enough to vote. I was like, I have no power in doing anything. And that's why we have all these people, like, the people in Parkland. Like, all those people, like, who, like,
young kids.
Yeah, young kids. And people say, oh, this generation's they're so bad. No, we're the future.
Yeah.
No matter what generation, they're always the future. And it's whether we take hold of what we want or we just let it all go to disaster.
I have faith in the future coming up, like your generation, because my generation... didn't even pay attention. Like, I didn't start paying attention to all this shit until Donald Trump was running for president. And you guys are, like, so vocal and so exposed to all of it that you can, like... I've never heard a 16-year-old in my day... I mean, I'm only 28, 29, but I've never heard a 16-year-old sit and be like, I don't like the way shit is going in the world. I want to make a change.
Gandhi says, be the change you want to see in the world. And I'm like...
That's honestly...
How am I going to do that? And I think through music, I'm going to be able to do that.
Yeah. Do you want to, like, speak about it in your music? Is that something you want to do? Or do you want to also, when you get to a certain level, give back or create a foundation or something?
Definitely want to create a foundation. I definitely want to go to a bunch of, like marches and meetings and like just like talk to people and hopefully touch somebody, because I feel like no government leader is like talking like Abraham Lincoln did. Like
no,
like one of my favorite speeches to watch, my history teacher showed me it, and like he's such a great guy, one of my biggest like role models at the moment. He showed me Robert F. Kennedy, John F. Kennedy's brother. He showed me him in the ghetto announcing to all the black people in the community that Martin Luther King was murdered.
Oh my God.
And the police told Robert F. Kennedy, we can't protect you if you go there. Like, you know that's bad. And he basically, like, talks to them, and his words were just so, like... Moving. Like, he was like, I understand you guys could be filled with hatred and want revenge. And he was like, and I can say that I feel the same. And we know that this was done by a white man, but I can also say my brother got shot by a white man, and I still have that hatred and revenge. But the biggest thing that stuck out to me was he said, we could be a country that goes into darkness and goes the wrong way.
Yeah.
Or we could be the country that goes, no, we're going to make a difference and goes in the right direction.
Mm-hmm.
It takes one person to change the course of history.
Yeah.
And we've seen that. We've seen that. You had Hitler. He changed the course of history.
Yeah.
Albert Einstein. He changed the course of history with one invention. Like, it's like...
So you're into all of that.
I love history. History is the only subject I like. I hate science. I hate math.
Really?
I can't do anything else but history.
And obviously writing. But
And writing.
English
English is good.
But history you love. Why? Why do you love history?
If people don't look at past events,
Can't see what's the future.
you don't know what you're going to do in the future. Don't let history repeat itself.
Yeah.
Don't let bad history repeat itself.
Now what?
And I see that happening.
Oh yeah.
I see.
Oh, I see like really bad. I hope something happens in the next year or so
Me too.
that changes, like you said, changes the course of
Mhm.
things. Because I feel like on the way we're headed, the
Not
road we're
good.
on, it's not gonna be too good.
No, not at all.
Now, what- You said you want to create eventually a foundation when you get to a certain point.
Yeah.
What would your cause be? Do you know? Have you thought about it?
Yeah. That would kind of just be like putting events together that bring everybody together. And it's kind of just like we stand together, like everybody's together.
That's awesome.
And it's like kind of just against negativity. And through that, it's like we take activities that involve like I've done beach cleanups with my mom and sister with a bunch of people.
That's
and
awesome.
like clean up beaches, clean up bad stuff, raise money to make sure that not only are these rich communities getting nice roads and nice sidewalks and good stuff, like everybody should have that. Everybody should have healthcare. Everybody should be like, cause I don't want to be paying for healthcare. That should be free. I think everybody deserves to have health.
Dude.
Everybody deserves to have health.
Yeah, and an opportunity to
Exactly.
get the care that they need.
And who are you to say to somebody, well, you didn't pay enough money, so you don't deserve this beautiful thing.
Called life.
Yeah,
and
you
health.
don't deserve it. No. It's like, no.
Yeah.
I can't do it.
I'm with you, dude. Honestly, you create, because that's what the world needs. It's named after a song that I wrote called "What the World Needs," and it's basically the same thing. Like just spreading positivity and having people come together of all walks of life, and just make a true change in the world. Like we need more people like you, especially young people who are gonna step up and be like, "No, I don't like the way things are going. I wanna change."
And I think the beautiful thing is, like, we can, as artists, make the world positive through all our negativity.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, someone I really think that I've been connecting to more recently is XXX Tentacion. Because I make songs that are just so depressing and dark. And my mom, she's like, you need to make some more happy songs. And I'm just like, I can't write a happy song if I feel like crap. But then I have other songs where I'm just like, yo, I'm trying to turn up. Like,
yeah.
Like, I want people to see my, my wisdom, my creativity. Like, I want people to see that.
And be inspired by it.
Yeah, and most importantly, this person named Shiloh posted this. They've been off the internet for like 2 years now, but they posted, I don't want to be a look, I want to be a feeling.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yes.
I want to be a feeling. I don't care about how I look. Like, if, like, I'll shave half my head for all I care. Like, I don't want people to be like, wow, I love you, you're so hot. No, I want people to say, I love you. You literally got me through
Yes.
all this. I want to be a feeling that makes people be like, wow. Like, I want people, their hair to stand up, goosebumps, just feel it in their heart and just be like,
you want to
that's
know.
right.
And that's the thing too. Like, I have a pretty good following overseas and stuff like that, and I get messages all the time of people. You're cute. You're this. You're that. But the best compliment I'll ever receive is when somebody says, either if it's about, even if it's not about my music, like
Mhm.
screw that. If they just come in there like, I see you and who you are as a human being,
Mhm.
and you personally have inspired me because you're just humble, you're a good person, and I see your heart.
Mhm.
That is
That is the best.
Yeah,
that
that's
is
the
the
best
best. Like
Yeah.
I had this one girl. She hit me up and she was like, "Listen, I've been going through the worst time recently." And she was like, "And I just want to say, like, your songs have helped me so much." And I was just like, "Wow, like."
to know that you have that ability.
Yeah, I was like, I affected somebody
Yeah.
in that way.
And isn't it crazy how, like, going back to when you were depressed, you have those people
Yeah.
that affected you.
Yeah, I had those
changed you.
people who helped me, and I was like, I can be like that.
Yeah. And
Like,
that's what you want to do. That's your end goal.
yeah.
So it's nothing to do about money,
No,
cars. You got a good head on your shoulders.
thank you.
16 years old saying this stuff.
And I think it's important to say, like, I'll never just be in one genre.
Yeah.
Like, I just don't see that. And I don't want to be like, yo, like, look at this dude. Like, he's the hottest rapper, hottest pop singer right now, or his R&B is crazy. No, like, I want to just be like, did you hear that song he just did where he was rapping, like, just letting it all out? No, but I did see that song of him singing his heart out and just, like, I just did a performance in Connecticut, and I was performing the last song on my album. I wasn't supposed to perform it. I was supposed to perform my song Maryland, that's out. But I was like, no, like, this needs to be shared. I walked out, and I was just like, the song's called Stuck. And I started singing it, and I hit, like, kind of like the hook, and I just broke down, and I started crying on stage, and everybody was just like, I had so many people walk up to me after. I had this lady, wife of Mike Mangini, who's very well known. Well,
Yeah.
Grammys won all the time, and she walked up and she was like, "You're the reason I'm wearing sunglasses right now." She was like, "You made me cry." I felt so bad that I was making people like cry. I was like, "I'm so sorry," but like
but they're
I cried.
connecting with you.
I was like, I cried, and I did not want that to happen. I'm like, I'm sorry. They were like, no, like, she said something that like has literally affected me so much. She was like, I see that you have the ability to break down walls that nobody wants to go break down and address problems that nobody wants to break down. And I'm like, I was like, wow.
Yeah.
She sees what I'm trying to do.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we're stuck in this whole new like rap thing right now. This whole new like, I'm gonna troll everybody.
Preach.
Everybody's just like, yo, like, make this like cool. Like, I'll totally turn up to that at the club if I'm dancing. Because I'll
But
do
what
it.
is it doing?
What is it doing for somebody else?
Yeah, exactly.
Because nobody's like, damn.
That changed me.
Yeah, like.
That's amazing though too. I feel like people are we don't give people as much credit as we should,
Mm-hmm.
and they're more intuitive and more they can sense the bullshit more than we think.
Mm-hmm.
So if you come from a place of turn up, and that's all you're talking about, it's all like it's all
Yeah.
surface. You may get popping,
Mm-hmm.
and it'll happen, but you won't have any longevity in the game.
Yeah, no longevity.
Because people see that. People want to be able to relate and connect.
Yeah.
And see you emotionally naked on stage,
Mhm.
crying. That's awesome. That had to have been a beautiful moment for you.
Yeah.
Now, has that, when was that?
It was, I think, last weekend.
Oh my God, so it's that recent.
It was like last weekend.
And what about that song did it for you?
I wrote that song last month, probably in like one of the darkest mindsets I've ever been in. And it was kind of just like me just saying, it's basically my message to like a higher power, because I don't know what I believe in.
I feel you.
And it was kind of like that, my whole
Same.
message to that, and kind of just me like looking at like love and looking at connection, and I was just like, Like two of my favorite lines are like, "The fuck is a feeling when there is no meaning. The fuck is relationships when there's just cheating." Like, I sang that and I just like it
Lost
went
it.
out, and then like I talked about like because I literally like I lost all faith. I was a Catholic kid. I grew up in the Catholic church.
Same.
Made my confirmation,
Same.
and they said something at the confirmation that I didn't sit with me right, and I was like, no.
What'd they say?
It was along the lines of like, it was like, if you ever go away from the Catholic Church,
You're gonna burn in.
burn in hell. Yes. I was like, whoa. I was like, I'm about to do this. I was like,
I'm about to sign my life away.
so I did it, and I was just like, after that, I was like, all right, no.
You
don't know at that age.
Yeah, and I can say in my years of like spiritual, because I'm not religious either. I don't believe in organized religion.
Me neither.
The Bible to me has some weird things in it.
Yeah.
Little
I don't
off.
see the sky opening up anymore.
But I do believe in, like you said, love and that energy.
Yeah.
That there is a higher power out there. But it's okay to be spiritual and not religious.
Yeah.
And I think that you're beyond your time. Like, again, talking to you I know you for 2 hours now about, you are way beyond your time. Like, I feel like listening to you, I'm listening to myself. So you're gonna...
It's nice.
Yeah, it is nice. And I don't understand, just for the record, I don't understand why nobody fucks with this kid. Like, why you can't... That's probably why, because people see...
They're afraid.
Yeah, your potential, because you really have that. And now, as far as spirituality goes, you believe in God. You believe that there's something out there. You don't know.
I don't know. I believe that there's something, because it's just... But no matter what way I go, like, all right, this, it's like... There's no... Don't make sense no matter where I go. I always find a different, like, loophole that's just like... Okay. But don't get me wrong. Like, I respect all religions. Like, I respect all you guys. Like, as long as you have something that you believe in that's helping you get through something, awesome.
Yep.
Stick to it. Yep. We don't gotta always be on the same page. But
no.
One thing we're all connected by is love. And as long as we keep connecting, that'll be good.
That's all that matters.
That's all that matters.
It is all that matters. And you're brave for even saying that. Like, for admitting that you're 16 and you're still trying to figure shit out.
Yeah. Nobody's perfect.
No.
I'm far from it.
No. And most 16-year-olds are like, I have all the answers. I know everything there is to know. But you can admit that you're young.
I can admit myself. A lot of us are just clueless. But the thing is, like, we're afraid of feeling like the one out. We don't want to be looked at like the elephant in the room. We just want to be, like, accepted. Because, like, we're at that point where it's like, all right, like, I'm kind of becoming a grown-up. And, like, I see all these kids freaking out right now in my school, like, oh, what college am I going to go to? What do I want to do with my life? And I'm just like, I've known what I wanted to do with my life since 8th grade. I'm like, this is crazy.
And that's, again, like, there are people my age who don't know what the hell they
exactly.
want to do. And just because of that, they settle.
And it's sad. And I think it's mostly because people are so unaware and they go to all the parties. And it's just like...
They have all these distractions.
Yeah. Addictions.
Yep.
Like...
That's why I got, like... I've been writing... And... Because it started same for me. Like, I went through a very bad depression when I was, like, 13. I was bullied in school really bad. And I wanted to kill myself. And I was just in a bad place. And I started writing poetry. And when I was 18, that's when I started really recording and getting into it. And I just remember thinking at that point, like, this is why I'm here. Like, this is why this had to happen. The depression, the bullying had to happen.
Yeah, it's nice when you're like, wow, like, I was put here to do this.
Yeah.
And, like, people could say, oh, nah. Like, I've had people be like, oh, you ain't gonna be shit. And I've just been like,
people really feel
watch me.
Yeah.
Like, I literally, like, I made literally, like, a competition with them where I'm like, listen, it's either you mess with me or you don't. It's not going to matter. I was like, I'm going to make a difference. And if you just want to sit behind a desk and hate behind your computer screen, do it.
Yep.
Like, J-Zac, this rapper out of New Hampshire, he said, go and hate from your computer screen instead of actually fucking doing things.
Yep. And that's the truth.
Yeah.
That is the truth. The people who project that hate the most are the ones who hate themselves the most.
Yeah, they hate themselves the most.
Yeah.
So they just want to make themselves feel better. And I think it's when anybody, if you're going through, like, getting bullied or going through, like, just feeling, like, upset, like, the second you notice that those bullies are probably feeling way worse than you and probably have some real internal, external conflict,
Preach.
you'll be good.
Yeah.
And you just gotta find your people, and that may be one person. It does not matter.
Yeah.
Find your people. Because there's always, like, at the end of the day, it's you. Make sure you're happy. Like, yes, I love my family, and I love the whole family first thing, but I gotta put myself right ahead of everything.
Damn, dude. You're so, like...
It's weird. I'm 16.
You're so mature.
Yeah.
Like, you're so mature
Yeah.
to even be saying that. Because it's the truth, you know? Sometimes you just need that one person to get you through that shit.
Mm-hmm.
And you have to love you first and foremost. And it's not even selfish.
Mm-hmm.
The most selfless thing you can do is loving yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't love yourself and fill yourself up, you can't give
it to anybody else. Because you're just like, being in a relationship being like, oh, I'm not good enough. Oh, I wish I looked better. Like, I used to be like that. I was like, yo, I need to go to the gym and need to work out. Now I'm at the point where I'm like, you either like me for who I am or get out.
Yeah.
I'm like, yes, I want that conflict in the relationship. I want us to be able to figure it out because the more problems we go through, the more stronger we're going to be together.
Yeah.
Because you cannot be in a relationship with somebody and never fight and just be like, oh, everything's good.
It's like a muscle.
You have to work it out.
Yeah, you have to
get through it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
We live in a society, too, where everybody's just quitting at the drop of a hat. Like, relationships. They're quitting their relationships, but not quitting their 9-to-5 shit jobs to go pursue their dreams.
They're just like, yo, this job sucks, but, like, nah.
People are walking around like fucking zombies. We are living in a zombie apocalypse.
We're living in a zombie apocalypse.
We are. They're walking around with their phones
and,
then waking up in the morning on autopilot, going to their jobs that they hate, not knowing.
Hey, nobody deserves to go to a job that they hate.
No.
Nobody.
No, it's got to take a lot of energy out of you to do that.
And you definitely should not feel down if your job's not as good as somebody else's, because every single job matters to the world. I don't care if you making mulch and you making fertilizer out of some cow poop or something. Like, that job matters. Because without it, what are the gardeners doing? And then those people who are gardeners, the homeowners who don't think their house looks good, and then the people who build the house. It all goes up. Every job matters. And one of my biggest things is, if I've looked over history, social classes are dumb.
Stupid.
Everybody deserves to be equal, but we live in a world where we know that's impossible.
Yeah.
But I don't care if it's impossible. We need to try our hardest to make sure that.
Yeah. Because I don't think it is. I don't think it is impossible. I think what we do is we look at people and what they make for a living, and we right away judge based off of, oh, you make $100,000 a year? Okay, you're up here. Oh, you make $20,000 a year? You're down here. Oh, you're on food stamps? You're down here. Like, we put people in those boxes. Everybody can make different amounts of money, but if we just change our mind state and realize the money doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what you make, where you live. We're all human beings.
Yeah.
We all got to treat each other that way.
I'm gonna add this. So, my cousin Steven,
Mm-hmm.
I've literally, like, in school when they'd be like, oh,
Hi, Steven.
what's poppin', Steven? Love you, bro. Like, ever since I was little, it would be like, oh, write your role model. I would write him every time. It was crazy. And he always is trying to tell me, like, everything's gonna be okay. There's something out there, like, you're gonna be good. And I'm just like, thank you. But he broke something down to me that he figured out this year. He's been on the earth for over 20 years, you know, like, he's my big cousin. I love him. But he was like, listen, because as we said, the Bible, we're a little iffy about it. He goes, the Bible, a lot of people, I think, are reading it wrong. And that's all opinion. That's opinion.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
yeah, like, everybody can read it a different way, and it's going to take it the separate way. But he said, this is important to people looking at other people and judging. He said, you have the 10 Commandments, and, like, there's, like, oh, thou shalt not bear, like, you can't, like, go to somebody else. You can't kill. You can't steal somebody's wife. You can't
Think about stealing
yeah.
their wife, I think, something like that.
Yeah, so here's the thing. So it's like, if you look at somebody and you look at their car, like, thou shalt not steal. You look at somebody's car and you go, damn, I want that. You're stealing that car. You're stealing that in your mind.
In your mind, yeah.
Because you want it and you don't think what you have is good enough.
Yeah.
When that doesn't matter. They're all getting you to the same place. You have, oh, you can't take nobody's wife. The second you look at a girl with a guy or a guy with a girl and go, you know, like, say I'm out poking, seeing her, I'm like, damn, that girl got a fat ass. Like, the second I'm like, damn, and I see her with a guy and I'm like, damn, I wish I had that, I'm stealing her from him. I'm committing adultery.
Yeah.
Because they're trying to work something. They're trying to build something. When I could be building something with somebody who actually needs me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody has that one person. Mm-hmm. It's whether we find them, whether we walk past them and mess that up. Like, we're always going to find it.
Yeah.
We find love in the weirdest things. I find love in music. That ain't a person, but I love it.
That's your girlfriend, your first girlfriend?
Exactly. That's my first love. Besides my mom. I love my mom.
Aww. Hi, Mom.
We go through some shit, though, but I love you.
That's all right. It's family.
Yeah, it's family.
Everybody
Everybody goes through it.
And you're right, though. You're right.
Yeah.
And we all have to find what we love, and just, like Gary Vee says, just double down and triple down and just keep going with it.
Yeah. You have a passion, you run right through that. You just take it with you.
Even if you love knitting. Like Post
knit.
Malone.
Go knit.
You know Post Malone?
Post Malone.
Obviously. I love him.
He's awesome.
He knits. He says, like, he's gotten into it. I watched an interview. And, like, dude, knit and, like, sell your shit.
Sell your crocheting and everything. Like,
sell it.
If you love something, do it.
Yeah.
Like, that doesn't matter to me as long as you're happy.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Think about it. We need doctors in the world, right?
Mm-hmm.
There are people out there who love doing surgery, cutting people open.
I can never.
I can never do it either.
I don't want to look at it.
There are people who are nurses out there, and some nurses have to clean up doo-doo out of people's assholes. Mm-hmm. But they love doing it. You know what I mean?
They love helping.
Yeah.
I was watching an interview yesterday. This is important. They said one supportive adult can help a kid more than a doctor could.
Yeah.
Because that one supportive adult is you're going to put them on the path to greatness or the path to failure.
I think you have a dope support system. And honestly, when I was your age, I wish I had that.
Yeah, I feel bad for a lot of people who don't.
Yeah.
It's like everybody deserves it.
Yeah. And you got a good head on your shoulders. You know what you want. You're going to get it. You're going to not stop until you get it. Mm-hmm. Right?
Yeah, no, I ain't stopping. I got my full... I'm in drive, brick on the gas pedal. I'm just going.
And you said it before, even if you got to sleep on somebody's couch.
Yeah.
If you got
I'll sleep on a floor. I won't eat for a week. Like, I will struggle as much as I have to.
This kid's he's gonna be something, this kid.
I'm gonna be a somebody. Oh, somebody.
Now, this is what I ask everybody, kind of.
All right.
What is, before we close, one last thing that you want somebody to know, or a piece of wisdom, favorite quote, something like that? Leave them being like, holy shit, I gotta go check out his music because I love him.
Yeah. No matter what, no matter what's coming at you, all the negativity, all the bullshit, just know, there's better out there. You're gonna get through it, and you're gonna push, cause you gotta go through the dirt to get to the gold. You have to go through the worst conditions of emotions and everything, and once you get through that, looking back, you're gonna be proud. It's like looking at scars, looking at
Slaying
bruises.
a dragon.
It's like slaying a dragon, and you got that big cut on your arm from. You look back and you go, I did that. I've been through this.
Yep.
That's what it is. So go through life like that. And I got a show July 6th. It's at Revolution in Amityville. It's gonna be crazy. $15 at the door, and it's gonna be a movie. I'm performing a 25-minute set with some other cool artists.
Check out the album.
Check out the album this summer. It's coming out. Angels and Heartbreakers.
When? Do you have a date?
No, I'm thinking late July.
All right.
Late July? Yeah.
Is it finished?
Mixing and mastering process right now.
Got it.
I'm recording the last song the 19th, and then we're just mixing and mastering.
That's it.
Yeah.
So late July. Stay tuned for it. It's coming.
And my singles Marilyn and Daddy's Girl are on it. So.
And if you don't love him now, you will when he's huge. So
You'll
you
love
might
me
as
one
well
day,
just
people.
love him now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Peace, love, and
Don't
positivity. That's been my motto for a long time.
Yep. Stay real. This is how I end it.
Stay woke.
Stay woke. Stay real. Stay smiling. Stay wonderful, everybody. Peace out.
Peace out.